please get out your Unit 7 packet? Get out your Unit 7 packet. When you get out your Unit 7 packet, you will find a page that looks like this at the very, very back. Go to the very back of that packet.
Dang it.
The very, very
The
back.
one with Peppa Pig on the front?
Darn it.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, the
I'm turning on my
checklist.
map.
That's it, Kim. Yeah. Yep. Go to the next
Is
page.
it this side or this
Very,
side?
very back.
You should see that.
We don't have this.
I'm so
Yeah.
excited to write all my measurements.
Show that.
Dang. Except for that. Those aren't really straight.
All right, you guys need to be using this to make sure that you have everything on your poster. Let's talk about the scale. Okay, scale is the first thing that needs to be on there. You guys should all know your scale. This should be the easiest thing to put on your poster board. If you notice with my scale, I have both units. Okay, you need to include your units. If you did centimeters, 2 centimeters. If you did inches, make sure you label it as inches. Area and perimeter. Okay, this one should be the easy part too. You guys should be able to figure out your area and perimeter by doing length times width for area. But you also have to establish how many times bigger it got. Let's look at Peppa Pig here. Okay, Peppa. I watched Peppa at home yesterday with my family. Never actually watched it before.
Kind of satisfying because it's like everything's perfect.
It has an accent too, I didn't know that. All right, the area of this pre-image, what is it?
2 by 2, 80 degrees.
Is that a small picture?
This is 2 by 2, which is what? What's the area?
80.
It's just like,
4. Thank you.
it's like that big.
4 centimeters what? Squared. Okay, what's the area of the image?
8 by 8.
Which is what?
6.
Precious.
42.
Thank you. You guys are concerning me a little bit here. Don't forget, units need to be squared. Now, what's my scale factor here?
4. 1 to 4.
1 what?
What?
1 what?
1.4. 2.
1 centimeter.
1 centimeter is to 4 centimeters. Okay. Now that I know my scale factor and I know my 2 areas, can you guys tell me how many times bigger my area got?
4 times.
You guys, let's look at these numbers. Did that get 4 times bigger?
8.
Oh,
I don't know.
2.
23, 23.
8. 8 times bigger.
Is 4 times 8 64? How many times bigger did it get? 16. Thank you. It got 16 times bigger.
No, wait.
How did you figure that out?
You did it.
What'd you do on your calculator? You did 64 divided by 4. Okay. This needs to go on your poster. This is on the direction sheet in your packet. I just did all of this. You will do the same thing for perimeter. How do you find the perimeter of a rectangle?
You add all 4 sides.
Okay, if I add all 4 sides of the small one, if I add all 4 sides of the big one, then you're gonna say how many times bigger it got. If my scale factor is 1 to 4, how many times bigger will my perimeter get?
Times
4. It will be 4 times bigger.
Yay.
Okay.
You did it.
So we just covered scale factor, area, perimeter. Angles and line segments. This is the tricky part, okay? You need to do this part before you leave here today, no matter what. Okay,
Yay, this is easy.
here's Peppa. Here, actually, let me show you. The pre-image, we call this angle X. And on the image, we call it angle X prime with a little mark in the corner. Okay, it's telling me that they are the same angles, but just on the other image. Okay, angle X prime. You have to do two angles.
What's
Angle
X
Y, angle Y prime.
I'm
Okay.
so
Does that mean
confuzzled.
that it's prime?
We call it prime because it's the same angle, it's just on the image, not the pre-image. It's a
Oh.
terminology that you will use a lot in 8th grade.
So you'd have to put it on both of the images? Like
I will-
X,
yep,
X
I'm
is
about
on
to
this
show you.
side, and then on the bigger one, it's X
Prime. Yep, Skylar,
Find your angles, we just picked like 2 different angles.
that's what I'm about to show you. So let me show you how angles work with Peppa Pig. Okay, so Peppa, I did the angle at which her arm meets her armpit. Right? The angle at which she's holding up her arm. So I got out my protractor and I said angle X here was 80 degrees. Woo, that's what I measured using my protractor. Now I get out my protractor and I measure the same exact thing on the big one. This is going to be angle X prime, which is going to be, okay, Kendall just said, wouldn't it be the same thing? Technically, it should be. Let's measure it.
Oh, no. This makes me scared.
Yeah.
Okay, 0 is here.
Spaghetti.
I'm measuring it more like 90. Okay, my angle X prime, this is kind of hard to see for you, those of you at home. Angle X prime is 90 degrees. Now, you guys hand drew this. Do you think I expect it to be the exact same thing as the small one?
No,
Do you think all of your angles are going to be exactly the same?
No.
And that is totally fine. But at this point, if you did not get the same number, you need to identify something. What should that be? Okay, so if it's measuring 90 and the original one was 80, all you have to do is say should be 80 degrees.
Okay.
I don't care if it's different. You need to tell me what it should be. Okay, and you will do that for 2 angles.
Oh, that's it.
Then we are gonna do line segments.
Oh, no.
I highly suggest you do your line segments in centimeters. Inches, if it's not a full inch, it's not a half inch, it gets a little tricky with making sure you're accurate. So we're gonna do centimeters. Now you can pick any line on your picture. I'm gonna do the length of Peppa's arm. Okay, and when you do the length of Peppa's arm, you gotta label it on the small one and the big one. I'm gonna label this A, B. Okay, from where her hand starts to where her arm meets her armpit. Okay, I'm gonna measure it. And I got AB to be 3 millimeters. Okay, so it's 0.3 centimeters. So I'm gonna say AB equals 0.3 centimeters. Now, can you guys tell me, what do you think it should be on my big one? What should it be on my big one? How many times bigger should it be? Or should it be the same thing? How many times bigger should this be? 4 times bigger. My line segment should be 4 times bigger. What's 3 times 4? Okay, but if this was 0.3, how long should this be? It should be 1.2. This is gonna be A prime, B prime. So let's see, angles, line segment A prime, B prime is going to be 1.2 centimeters. Okay, so that was done correctly. Well, let's just say I measured it as 1.5 centimeters. Is that okay? Is it okay that mine ended up being 1.5?
Yeah.
But
It's
is
not
it
right.
technically correct? What should it be? So you're gonna write that. Okay. I covered everything. I want you guys to use that on your packet as a checklist. Okay. All of those things need to be neatly organized on your poster. I have a wonderful example up on the board, and I also put it in Schoology, the example that I put on the board if you guys want to look at it. Okay. Those of you at home, you are good to go. Ask me questions whenever you have them. And those of you in class, you have the rest of the hour to get this done. All right, get to work.
I don't
What
have
did
do the proof again. I can measure.
Hold on, you're both asking me questions.